Hello and welcome to the penultimate episode of Big Screen Small Talk, where I will round up my favourite moments from autumn of 2015. I'd like to say that I was waiting for Jessica Jones to come out before I made this episode. But the truth is that's a complete coincidence. Albeit a happy coincidence, as this was yet another show that raised the bar for Marvel. Like Daredevil, this show takes a darker approach on things, with plotlines that include murder, child abuse, abortion, and rape. Oh yeah, this show doesn't hold back. Jessica Jones is the main character of this show, but she is not your typical superhero. She is a messy, troubled alcoholic. She's just trying to make a living working as a PI, and everything's going great until she's hired for a case that involves a dangerous figure from her past. This dangerous figure is in fact David Tennant. Of course it is, look how dangerous he looks. David Tennant absolutely kills it as Kilgrave. He is without a doubt the best part of this series. He has the power to make people do whatever he tells them to, literally. I've got to say, he's actually probably my favourite Marvel villain to date. He's got a cool and terrifying power, he's charismatic and stylish, sort of like Loki, except with Loki you expect him to be quite comical, whereas there's nothing comic with Kilgrave. There's no puny god moment. Every time Kilgrave is on screen you're like, oh god. You feel like your heroes are in genuine danger. You feel like they might not escape from this alive. That's nothing about this show and why I prefer the Netflix Marvel shows to the Marvel films. The Netflix Marvel shows aren't afraid to kill people. It puts a very realistic and serious edge on things in a world where it's very difficult to take things realistically and seriously. My favourite episodes of Jessica Jones were 8, 9 and 10, where things went from tense to intense to holy fucking shit. It's also worth mentioning that Luke Cage is a recurring character in the show. This will lead into him getting his own Netflix series somewhere down the line, which will eventually lead to the Defenders series. I'd say personally I still prefer Daredevil to Jessica Jones, although I know a lot of people prefer Jessica Jones to Daredevil, so it's a matter of personal preference. Either way, I love both of them and I can't wait to see more of the darker Marvel universe. And now we get on to a belated review of what has been one of the most well-received films of the year. And that film's name is Matt Damon Phone Home. In this sci-fi novel adaptation, Matt Damon is part of a Mars research team, but he gets left behind when the crew believe him to be dead after a storm hits. Instead of doing what most people would do and say, "Ah!" for a really long time, Matt Damon decides to crack some jokes and stick it out until people come to rescue him. Ridley Scott's direction and the incredible screenplay are able to take what would ordinarily seem a dire, depressing situation and turn it into a surprisingly uplifting, feel-good film. Of course there are times in this film where it takes a darker turn and the reality kicks in. It's not all Jason Bourne goes Jason Manford. There is a fantastic emotional weight to this story, and you get to see some classic Ridley Scott tension building. This is a film you can enjoy no matter what you like. You like action? Watch The Martian. You like comedy? Watch The Martian. You like Sean Bean, and who doesn't? Watch him explain the Council of Elrond to a bunch of NASA workers. You like movies? Watch The Martian. And of course, I can't talk about movies set in space without mentioning the big thing. Scientists have discovered the moon is not actually made of cheese. I know. Wallace and Gromit are currently facing court negotiations, trying to avoid being sued for false advertisement. Also, Star Wars is less than a month away. If you haven't seen the latest trailer for Star Wars, then where have you been? It came out a fair while ago. While I was interested but pretty underwhelmed by the first two teaser trailers, this trailer, which is the official movie trailer, is fantastic. There are so many things I loved about this trailer: the tone, the cinematography, the score. The original Star Wars story has passed into myth and legend, and it seems like a lot of people don't really know what happened. But then we see the main girl of the movie talking to Han Solo and he's like, "It's true. All of it." Han and Chewie and Leia are all in the movie, and it seems like they're gonna have pretty significant roles. Mark Hamill wasn't in this trailer, and for some reason people seem to be losing their minds over it, despite the fact that his voice was used in the second trailer, and the fact that he's been confirmed to be part of the cast. Relax guys, Luke will be in the movie. I'm more excited for episode 7 now than I have ever been all year. The movie looks amazing, and though I have had doubts, I am now pretty confident that this will not be a repeat of the horrible disappointment that was Star Wars The Phantom Jar Jar Binks. In other news, it's said that the trailers for X-Men Apocalypse and Civil War will both air in the trailers that run before Star Wars is shown in cinemas. In addition, we had a trailer for Warcraft, which has a chance of being a video game movie that is actually good. Whether or not it will be, we don't know. That's pretty much it. As I mentioned at the start, this is the penultimate episode of Big Screen Small Talk, so you will hear my full thoughts on Star Wars The Force Awakens, as well as all of 2015, at the end of this year. So until then, thank you for watching this episode. If you liked it, like it. If you want to see more, subscribe. And if you've got an opinion on my opinions, or just the things I've been talking about, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And that was Big Screen Small Talk episode 19. It's not like that was meant to go up in October or anything. Ha! No.